Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to Newport Richey, Florida, as tonight your PHSC Bobcats kick off the 2021-22 season here from Newport Richey, Florida, here at the PHSC Basketball Gymnasium, as tonight the Bobcats take on Trinity College, a team outside of the NJCAA. They play out of the NCCAA, that stands for the National Christian College Athletic Association, as the Bobcats have a very special night here ahead, and we got all things covered here on today's broadcast. Dylan Spalding, Bob Bade with you, joining here from the PHSC gym. And Bob, this is a very special night tonight. Not only do we have the baseball team here for PHSC, and not only do we have the women's cross country team who are going to the, I guess you would say, the main finals, the main championship event. I believe it's in Fort Myers, if I'm not mistaken. But also tonight we're going to be honoring the opening of the cardio center and the fitness center here at the gym. It's a very special night, and what a great way to begin the basketball season.
Yeah, Dylan, a special night. We've got a good crowd starting to come in for the game. I've already seen both presidents.
Yep.
Dr. O'Farrell from Trinity College is here, and Dr. Tim Beard from Pasco-Hernando State College is here. And like you said, special night because at halftime we're going to recognize two very generous people. Dr. Tim Beard, our president, donated funds so that we now have a nice weight room facility with brand new equipment, brand new looking room. And then we also have Dr. Rao Musunuru, world-renowned cardiologist, has funded us for a cardio center here in the gym. So these are things that all of our students can enjoy at Pasco-Hernando State College. We want to recognize them at halftime, but what a great game we've got lined up here between the Bobcats and the Tigers.
Oh, for sure. It's going to be a great night tonight. Let's talk a little bit about this game heading into this game. Obviously, the Bobcats last season coming off a 7-13 season last year. And even though the record doesn't look like a winning record, they still ended up winning the Region 8 D2 championship. And obviously, they made it to the Final Four. They got very close to winning it all in their District 10 region tournament, but unfortunately fell a little bit short. But this team, a lot of returning guys. This is a team that very well can make a deep run this year in the playoffs.
And I always tell the athletes, it's how you finish. A lot of seasons start off a little rocky with some wins, but if you peak at the right time, especially at this level, you can do some things in the postseason, and your regular season record doesn't matter when you get into the postseason. Nice thing about the Bobcats, though, making it into the postseason last year, they returned some players that have got that experience, played in tight games, played in big games, that determine going into the playoffs and then in the playoffs. So they've got that experience coming back this year where maybe in the past years they didn't have that.
Yeah, and also to mention as well, Mike Jones, a ninth-year coach heading into his ninth season with PHSC. I mean, having that tenure, that's a good tenure. He's the second longest coach right now, active coach in the PHSC athletic program here at PHSC, and he's definitely made a name for himself here with PHSC, obviously putting together a 93-136 record up to this point throughout his 9 years here at PHSC. Again, this Trinity College team, PHSC and Trinity College, they played each other last year. Trinity College and PHSC split last season, and I guess we'll go into talking about Trinity College from the NCCAA at the same level, I would say, as the NJCAA. But this team as well, pretty good on paper as well, and we like some of the guys on this team.
Yeah, I think this will be a good matchup, Dylan. It looks like very guard-heavy on both teams. I think the style of play will dictate that. Probably a little bit quick-moving, open court kind of play. Not so much your big, giant centers that you try to get the ball in down low in the key. But quick-moving game, lots of ball handling, and I'm excited to see the game.
And let's get your starting five here on the PHSC Broadcasting Network from Newport Richey. Again, we're going to have a few guests throughout the broadcast. We're going to have Dr. Beard. We're going to have Dr. O'Connell, I believe his name?
Dr. O'Farrell.
O'Farrell from Trinity College. So we plan on having a lot of exciting stuff here from Newport Richey, Florida. So we'll get you your starting five here for you. Seth Grimshaw will be out there for the Bobcats. We also see Jaquez Kemp, one of the returning guys from this PHSC roster last season. Warren McLimit will be out here for the Bobcats. Number 5 is DeMarvian Brown, and number 12 as well, Marcellus Thomas, will be part of your starting five here for the PHSC Bobcats on basketball. So here we go. PHSC season is underway. A few preseason games under the belt for this Bobcats team. And we are about to be underway here from Newport Richey. Tip-off here by number 21 for this Trinity College squad, and already almost a first shot in, but no good, however, and the Bobcats miss on their first shot on opportunity here in today's game.
That was one of our returners, Warren McClymont, missing the layup there to open the game.
Reese passes it out to number 33, Jordan Stewart. Again, we talked to Coach before the game, and he had said that we're going to see a lot of man-on-man, and what a block there by number 14, the return man, and there's number 12, Marcellus Thomas, going up there for a layup, not able to get it down, but a foul on the play.
Yep, I think Marcellus will be shooting 2 here at the line. We'll see if we can get the first points of the season for the Bobcats.
And that's one thing, once you get to the college level, you notice is very aggressive play at the glass. You see a lot of aggressive play here for this.
Did you see who just entered the gym?
I do not.
That's Boomer over there in the corner. You see Boomer?
Oh, we see, yes, we have a very special guest, Boomer, in attendance. So Thomas up for 2.
All right, fans, here we go. Let's see if we can score the first Bobcat points of the 2021 season.
And that is
there
good. Nice job there by Marcellus Thomas off the rim. All in the hands of number 3, Harley Reed. Stewart dishes it out. Dished it out to Osavion Buckner. Buckner a forward here on this Trinity College roster. The Trinity College Tigers, again from the NCCAA.
Dylan, we're being broadcasted on YouTube and Facebook tonight.
Yep.
Want to welcome all the fans out there. Thanks for tuning in.
Big crowd on hand tonight here for Trinity College versus PHSC. Pass over and
nice
tipped
block.
off. Nice job by Jaquez Kemp. The shot clock goes off, and a great job there by Seth Grimshaw. The little lay-in there by Grimshaw. Beautiful play. And the Bobcats up here early, 3-0.
Good job of Grimshaw there, finishing off that play, Dylan.
Passes it over to Stewart. Stewart passes it in. That was
good defense.
Number 21 there. Grimshaw, great play, but not able to execute it.
And that'll be Trinity Tiger ball right there.
Got a great crowd here on hand for this very special night. Again, a lot of plans here tonight here from PHSC.
Hey, the Bobcats very aggressive on defense, getting their hands in there in the passing lanes, getting a few turnovers early.
The only changes I could see that have been made is Samuel Campera has came into the game, and Tony Reese has also came into the game as well for Trinity College. And that's Reese. I believe a 2-point shot there was being made. Kind of hard to tell the angle, at least on the 3-point shots. Pass over, pass
nice
in to Kemp, and Kemp, that's going to be a foul.
I think that's goaltending there. That bucket will count. That ball was above the rim when it got touched by Trinity, so that'll be 2 points for the Bobcats.
So 3-0 is your score here early in this game. A little over 2 minutes already played here in this game. Pass was by Harley Reed. Ball handling it now is going to be Tony Reese. Reese back over to Reed. Reed back over to number 32. That is Osavion Buckner. Stewart now with the ball, and
nice
Stewart
steal.
loses it. Nice job there. Great job by Warren McClymont and Grimshaw again, and that's going to be a foul.
Well, we've seen Grimshaw with 3 aggressive moves to the hoop on the last 3 possessions here for the Bobcats. He goes to the line here. He couldn't finish that one off, but he'll shoot 2.
Not only aggressive, but also pretty, if you will. If that's a good word to use.
Yeah.
They've been very, kind of almost, kind of using the right word.
Got that underhanded kind of scoop move, keeps the defender off his back while he's trying to shoot it.
First shot from Grimshaw, in and out. So stays at 5-0 here. 17:30 already here, left to go in the first half of action. Again, college basketball, it's 2 20-minute halves. And that shot's good. So Grimshaw is putting together a really nice start to the day. He's been everywhere so far here for this Bobcats team. Passed over to number 3, Harley Reed. Reed again. Pass over to, shot is no good. Buckner's shot is no good. Passed over to Thomas. Thomas from three, no good off the edge of the rim there. Dishes it out to number one. Passes it again over to Harley Reed, and Reed out of bounds.
That's actually going to be a block, I think, called on the Bobcats.
It's going to be a blocking foul.
Yep. That'll be their first team foul, I believe.
One foul so far for this PHSC basketball team. Two so far for Trinity College. And that's one thing, too, is the foul, you know, really getting into the foul territory, if you will. You do not want to get into the bonus here if you're both squads early in this game. Pass over to Stewart. Stewart from three, no good.
Got a whistle here. I think there was a foul on the loose ball, or not the loose ball, but the
loose ball
rebound.
Violation.
Yeah.
Grimshaw over to Limit, over to Thomas. Some changes. DeMarvian Brown into the game now for the Bobcats. The only change being made here for PHSC.
Jaquez couldn't come up with that. That was a good attempted pass, just a little off the mark there.
And Brown, and they're going to call that a foul there. It's going to be a blocking foul. So that's going to be number 44, Samuel Campera, who's going to shoot two, the forward for Trinity College.
Thought the Bobcats had that defended well, but I guess the referee thought that was more of a block.
So a few changes here for the PHSC Bobcats and Trinity College. Coming into the game is going to be Harley Reed.
We have number one in there for the Bobcats too, Jacob Zio.
Jacob Zio coming in for DeMarvian Brown. And nice rebound there by the Bobcats. Pass over from Grimshaw, or to Grimshaw, excuse me, and a great play there. That is going to be number 0, Jaquez Kemp, the returning veteran on this Bobcats team, and a timeout called by Trinity. This is how you want to start a game, 8-0 early here for the Bobcats.
Quick moving game, Dylan, as we expected. Wide open and lots of ball movement. I'm very impressed with the Bobcat defense to this point.
Bobcat defense, and offensively too, playing very aggressive as well, playing, you know, man-to-man obviously, and also getting an early lead, already 8-0. That is what you want to do here if you're at home. Get these early leads out and really kind of man the table.
See if Trinity here, now both coaches should be going over what they saw in the first couple minutes, and you'll see some adjustments, I'm sure, by both coaches.
And
here.
if you're Trinity, you just want to get a point on the board at this point. You're down 8-0. You're almost 4 minutes into this game. You're almost a quarter in. Into this first half. You really just want to get a board on the. You want to get a point on the board. So no changes at all for either squads, as really the only changes that were made during those free throw attempts. Pass over to Buckner. Buckner to Stewart. No good by Stewart, and a turnover, and it'll be Bobcats ball. That's going to be on number 21 for this.
Yeah, that was a
Trinity
foul
College
on Trinity on the rebound there. One of our Bobcats got taken down inadvertently, but they were both going for the ball.
I believe another loose ball violation, they will call that.
Yep.
Pass in, and Kemp able to save it. Nice job. Pass over to Grimshaw. Back to Kemp. Kemp from three.
Yes.
Money from Kemp. Our man. What a shot there by Jaquez Kemp. And the Bobcats now have an 11-0 lead over Trinity College.
Nothing but net on that three-pointer.
Passes it over to Stewart. Stewart over to number 3, Reed. Reed over. Shot is off the mark. And the Bobcats are continuing this good defensive game, and shot is no good off the maybe base of the backboard. A good job, though, able to get the ball back, though, for the Bobcats, and that was number 14, Warren McLement there on the play. And again, the Bobcats keep adding it on. It's 13-0.
Yeah, Warren stayed down there after that missed shot, and good turnover there at midcourt. Got the ball back and was able to hit the easy layup.
and loses it again, and another turnover for this team. And what a play. Warren McLemont on the play, able to go airborne.
Got a little smile on his face. I think he wanted to dunk that, Dylan. He's going to go back and watch our broadcast say he should have dunked that.
So it is now 15-0. Still have yet to score a point as this Trinity College team. Shot is up. That is no good. And that's not even really a bad attempt there. That's just wasn't able to put enough juice, but there's the first points of Trinity College's day today, and the first points of their 2021-22 season.
Bobcats really keeping the pace up. They're up by a lot of points, but they keep putting the pressure on here with the ball.
Shot off is good by Jacob Zio. Nice job there, a little floater.
Zio's got that soft touch.
And that's really been, I think, the big thing is Trinity has just not been able to really attack this high-powered offense of the Bobcats. It's really been a high-octane offense that this Bobcats team has been running with Coach Mike Jones.
There's kind of an unforced error there. Turnover by the Trinity Tigers. Bobcats really putting the pressure on.
Yeah, if you're Trinity College, 13:46 left to play, and you're already down by 15, and you've only scored 2 points. If you're Trinity College, you got to really turn things around quickly here in this game. Shot is up by Zio. Zio off the back of the rim, no good. Some changes were made here by this Trinity College team. We'll get you the changes here in just a minute here. Looks like who has came in. We see Niall Bright is in for Trinity College. And number 11, Gio Reyes, is also in for Trinity College as well. No changes at all yet for the Bobcats. Since Brown was taken out of the game, they put in number 1, Jacob Zio, and so far it's been good. And Kemp with the shot and the foul. So could be a 3-point attempt here for the Bobcats, and this could be a 20-2 lead here for the Bobcats, and almost could be a 20-point lead possibly here for the Bobcats before the end of the first half.
Beautiful pass there. I think that was Warren McClymont with that pass in under low.
So Kemp will lead to the line for his first time here in today's game. Kemp's shot is good, and it's 20-2, and the Bobcats are just adding it on here this evening from Newport Richey. Pass over to Niall Bright, and that's going to be out of bounds. I believe Bright had hit it off Jacob Zio's, I believe his shoes maybe, or his feet. Pass over. Gio Reyes with the ball here for Trinity College. Trying to get on the board, trying to get something going, and another turnover. Able to keep a hold of it, and a great play by number 12, Marcellus Thomas. Wow, that is called just keeping on it, and a great job by Marcellus Thomas there on that play.
Ooh, Thomas almost got a steal there. I tell you, you got to be careful on any of these passes in front of the Bobcats. They're filling those passing lanes with hands that are getting turnovers.
And another turnover. Thomas going to Grimshaw. Grimshaw over to Thomas, and trying to be a little, I guess you could say, pretty there.
Harlem Globetrotter-ish there.
Some fancy passing there by the Bobcats turned out costly.
A little too much there, but I'll tell you something, on this end of the court, it's hard to connect on a pass. Bobcat hands or paws. I guess Bobcat paws are everywhere in the lanes, the passing lanes.
Gio Reyes with the ball now. A few changes have been made again for this Trinity College squad. In the game is Donald Nunnery. And, turnover for the Bobcats. We haven't seen that much today. Gio Reyes from downtown. That is good. And that's really what you needed if you're Trinity College, really just to get on the board and just find something on offense. They have not been able to put anything together on offense, no run at all. Shot from, that is McLemont again, and a good shot again from Warren.
Warren's feeling it right now. You could tell everything that.
Oh, what a play by Kemp. Are you kidding me? Over to Grimshaw. Grimshaw up, and that is good. And, this Bobcats team is making it look easy right now. It is 26-5 with almost a little over halfway left here in this first quarter, or this first half, I should say. That shot is good. It is now 26-7. Pass over, shot is no good off of Warren McLemont. Shot is no good. Again, Bob, first game of the PHSC basketball season, up 26-7. It's been a good start so far here for the Bobcats this evening.
Couldn't ask for a better start to the season,
no,
Dylan.
No.
I mean, how many teams start off 26-7 in their first game?
Now I see, Bob, you're trying to wave, Dr. Beard over. Are you going to get our first guest in of the evening tonight?
Yeah, I want President Beard to come over because I also want to get President O'Farrell in our booth too. So get Dr. Beard over here, see what he thinks of the start of the Bobcat season.
Pass over to number 24, DeAndre Devon. Shot from Grimshaw again. Grimshaw. Three-pointer from Grimshaw. It is 29-8, and Grimshaw having a really nice day so far here for the Bobcats. And then a steal there from the Bobcats. Bobcats take control again. Pass to Zio. Zio up. No good. Kemp in.
Nice.
That is good. The
job by
putback from Jaquez Kemp.
Yep, always crash the boards on those shots. You never know what kind of garbage you can pick up and put back in for 2 points.
Bob, it is now 31-8 here in this ball game. It has been really, Bobcats have just been adding things on here so far in this game. Shot off by Reyes. That's no good. Bobcats take possession again. Pass to Jacob Zio. Zio not in the correct time, and that is going to be a turnover. So a turnover here for the Bobcats. Some new faces in the game here for this Bobcats lineup. We see Edgar Enriquez. We see number 0, Jaquez Kemp. Number 24, DeAndre Devon in the game. Number 1, Jacob Zio. And number 4, Seth Grimshaw.
Got Natalie, our student photographer here. We got Boomer over there. We got our baseball team, cross-country team. I saw Taylor Tremmel and I think some of our other softball players come in. We got some of our life staff over there, Emery and Dr. Isles and Eric Theodore. We got several members of our Board of Trustees, our VP of Facilities, Zach, our Student Board of Trustee members in the audience.
Shot off by Devon, no good. Rebounded, though, by the Bobcats. Shot from Kemp. Kemp, that's good.
Nice shot by Kemp.
33-8, Bob. It is almost a 30-point lead for the Bobcats here, and it's not even the end of the first half.
I tell you, sometimes you start a season, you expect some jitters. You know, maybe guys are off on their shots. We look totally relaxed.
Bobcats trying to get together defensively. Trinity shot is off, but no good. And really, that's been one of the keys here to this game so far is Trinity has had some open shots,
nice move.
Haven't been able to capitalize up to this point. Kemp blocking. Kemp jumps in the air trying to make that block. And another timeout here. Already 2 timeouts taken for this Trinity College team. And, you know, if you're Trinity College, you really probably didn't want to use that extra timeout. You probably wanted to wait till later in the game. But at the pace of right now where the game is, 35-8, you got to use it.
Well, if the fans came for an action-packed game, we got it,
yeah,
right? None of this break the team down and, you know, get it in low and drag out the shot clock. And this has been high-paced action.
So we have a guest coming over to the broadcast booth area, if you will. We have Dr. Beard who will be joining us here. Really perfect timing right during the timeout here. So
fans can't see Dr. Beard. Well, they might have seen him in the audience, but he's all decked out in his Bobcat jersey and
oh yes,
looks like he's ready to play.
Oh, the Bobcats on fire tonight for sure.
Great start for the Bobcats here. Dr. Beard, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you having in the broadcast today.
Certainly my pleasure.
What do you think of this start by the Bobcats, Dr. Beard?
I tell you what, I was wondering if Trinity was going to score or not tonight.
We've had the shutout going for a long time.
Yeah, it's some exciting people here, a good turnout. I think the fans, the students, faculty, and staff administration is out here. You can see the sigh of relief after being locked up for about 19 months of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, Dr. Beard, you feel like you don't know how your team's going to start off the first game of the year, maybe a little tight, but our Bobcats look loose. They look ready.
Very quick. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
We don't get a lot of big men, I guess 6'10" or so, but the ones that we have are very agile, mobile, and hostile.
That's true. I talked to Coach Jones before the game, and he said very guard heavy, so we're going to see a lot of open court, ball movement. That's a missed dunk there.
Almost a dunk there. That was number 40, Giovanni Hogan.
Oh,
that shot's good.
There.
But it reminds me of the run and gun attack of, I don't know if you remember the team.
Warren Moon?
I guess.
Or the Running Rebels.
Running Rebels of.
With Jerry Tarkanian.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know them. The Tark. That was my team for a while, Dr. Beard.
Yes,
college
sir.
team.
Yes, sir.
You know, Dr. Beard was a great athlete, Dylan.
Yep.
Well, that was a few days ago.
Three-sport athlete, right? Football, basketball, baseball, right?
I could do it. I could do it. That was 3 days ago, though. Times 20 years.
How does it feel tonight, Dr. Beard? You got your name.
Okay.
We're being asked to pose for a picture here. Your name is up on the new fitness center. And that was a long time coming, Dr. Beard. Ever since you got here, you know, people would tell us, you really the college is so awesome, but the weight room could use a little bit of enhancement, and you were able to do that. You were very generous.
Well, certainly I give you a lot of credit because you would be the one that would push us to do it. I think over a decade ago we wanted to do some things and weren't able to do it, but obviously you were very tenacious. And I give you a lot of credit for helping us to get this accomplished.
It's a breakaway here for the Trinity Tigers.
Shot off in three-point land, no good. And the Bobcats able to regain possession.
Yeah, those quick hands, but Trinity's going to get it back here.
And shot is off by Stewart. And Bobcats able to regain possession here on the...
And Dr. Beard, also very fitting, Dr. Rao Musunuru, our world-renowned cardiologist who serves on our board of trustees, to have him donate funds so that all of our students can stay healthy when they are students here and utilize that cardio center right next to your fitness center. And it looks so fitting, doesn't it? It looks like everything was done right with those rooms.
Yes, I mean, I can't echo enough the amount of quality work went into both of these centers. Rao Musunuru Center, and certainly the one that named after me, first class.
Shot by Devon there, no good.
All right, we got 36-15. The Trinity Tigers coming back a little bit here, Dylan.
Pass over. That's number 1, Jacob Zio. Zio in bounces off the rim, and it's good. And a rebound, and the Bobcats able to make it.
Bobcats very aggressive, Dr. Beard, in the early going here.
Yes, if we can keep this up for the next 30 games, I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, Dr. Beard, we were talking in pregame that you just hope your team keeps getting better. You got to peak at the right time. But we've got some returners on this team that got some good experience in the postseason.
Yes.
Where we may not have had that in the past.
Okay.
So they can help the young guys that are just coming up. It's a different level of basketball from high school to college.
Sure it is. A lot quicker, a lot more quality in terms of shot selections and being able to really take it to the next level is important here.
Now, I saw Dr. O'Farrell here, president of Trinity. We're going to try to get him in the booth in a couple minutes.
Sure. He's a great man. Great school over there at
Oh, he missed the dunk there.
Almost.
Giovanni Hogan missed the dunk for the Bobcats.
Shot from three-point by Nunnery. That'll be good. So it's now 38-21 in Trinity College, putting a few points on the board here.
Dr. Beer, this is the first. We're being broadcasted live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
Awesome, awesome.
Yep.
I would not be surprised. I have a first cousin in Washington, D.C., Sherry Maynard. She keeps up with everything about the college. She may be tuned in. If she is, welcome, cousin Sherry. Thanks for joining us.
Three-pointer there for Trinity. Trinity's getting back in this ballgame with some three-pointers. So Sherry's going to have to provide some critique of our broadcasting. You seem to have the kind of family, Dr. Beard, that wouldn't hold back.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Timeout called by PHSC here. 38-24 is your score. Now, Dr. Beard, I got to ask you. You know, you look at everything going around here, everything going on around in the athletic program. We got the lights going out on the baseball field. We got this new fitness center and cardio center here. How does it feel, you know, to be surrounded with all this all the good things that's going on in the athletic program?
Well, I was telling one of my trustees earlier, I was sitting over there by across the court there, and she was just amazed. It's her first time out here in about a year and a half. My first time at night with the lights on this side of campus.
Yep.
And I can tell you, it's an awesome feeling of success and accomplishment. And as you know, the last 19 months, we all been kind of locked in.
For sure.
And even at the institutional, in addition, we've been trying to implement a new ERP. So we've been frustrated on 2 or 3 ends, but to see this here tonight, it's an awesome display.
Yeah, I tell you what, I looked at that cardio center. I said, I'm running the 5K this Sunday. I said, I might need to go in there and run a little bit before I get ready for that 5K.
That's a great idea.
In the news station coming, we got them interviewing us as we run on Sunday, right?
Wow.
Is that what the plan is?
Yep. I'm going to need some exercise before then, I'm sure.
You'll be all right.
We'll have an interviewer interviewing an interviewer. I don't know how that would work. Kemp passes it over to Devon.
Great ball movement here by the Bobcats.
Shot off by McLemmon, and that's good.
Three-pointer.
4:55 left to play here in the first half of action. Shot is off from three-point land, no good.
I get the feeling that the Bobcats are going to go back and watch our broadcast on all the missed dunks they had, though.
Shot is no good.
See a boomer over there, Dr. Beard, in the corner.
Yeah, I got a chance to shake his hand earlier today.
He'll be joining us at halftime.
Okay.
Rebound here for the Bobcats. A little under 4.5 minutes to play here from Newport Richie. Passes it over to Kemp. Kemp.
What was your favorite basketball team, Dr. Beard, growing up, professional?
Probably the Lakers, I imagine.
Lakers?
I did like the Milwaukee Bucks at one time.
Nice layup there for the Bobcats. That was Jaquise Kemp, one of our veteran returners.
See, I'm an Orlando Magic fan, so last couple of years have been a little hard for us the last couple of years.
Yeah. you were Lakers when we had Magic, Cooper, Worthy, Kareem,
exactly.
Remember Kurt Rambis?
Yes.
He was the original Dennis Rodman. He would get all the loose balls.
Yes. I followed Lou Alcindor. Now, well, I guess Kareem Abdul-Jabbar later, and now he was with the Milwaukee Bucks out of UCLA.
Yep.
So that's why I was a Buck fan in the early 70s, and then in the 80s I switched to the Lakers.
You were either a Magic fan or a or a Bird fan, because it was always the Celtics Lakers seemed like in every championship.
Well, I was a Bird fan. He just played for the wrong team.
No, I wasn't a Bird or a Boston fan. I was all Magic and Lakers.
Okay, no, I really
Shot
like
is
Bird.
good.
One of the high school, one of my hometown heroes recruited Bird out of high school at Indiana State.
Thomas, that is no good, but a foul there for the Bobcats.
So Bird would come home to Port St. Joe, my hometown, every summer in the 70s. So I had to root for Bird.
Oh, yeah, got to ask Dr. Bade, obviously, this week, and, you know, he's been an integral part of the baseball program, so now an integral part of the athletic program as a whole. You know, this week the FCSAA announced that Steve Winterling was going to be a Hall of Famer this week in their FCSAA Hall of Fame. And, you know, how important has Steve been to PHSC, and how has he kind of left a legacy on not only the PHSC baseball program, but also just PHSC as a whole with their athletic program as well?
Well, well-deserved. You can't think of athletics at PHSC without thinking about Steve Winterling. His baseball foundation here is going to live for a long time.
Yep.
And congratulations to Steve. Couldn't happen to a better coach or a better person.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was very, very excited. And the ball, I believe, hit off the head of Jacob Zio there on the pass.
Yeah.
You know, Dr. Beard, we do athletic. Still later, though, at Pasco-Hernando. You were a pioneer. Remember, years ago, we had a choice to go to Division II. They were local. We're going to give room scholarships. And if you look at us a lot, of who we serve, we can do it. And now you're seeing almost every other program in the state of Florida wants to come to Division II.
Yeah, we almost probably 50%.
Yeah.
And our most recent college presidents meeting, it was a topic of discussion, and they are looking to us to respond. And my response is one of the best things we've done here in athletics back in 2010, 09, 010. Of course, we won the first national championship, our volleyball team.
Yep.
The year we went D2. So a great choice. I was VPDN, of course, under Catherine Johnson. She thought it was a great idea, and I think it's still paying off.
Yep. We're fortunate, too, to have great coaches that we've been able to keep with us, including Mike Jones. Mike used to play for Bobby Bowman, our first basketball coach.
Yes, he's an alum.
Now he's back coaching.
2:43 left to play here in this first half of action. It's 46-26, 20-point lead for the
Coach
Bobcats.
Jones is a great hometown story.
Yep.
Out of Hernando County High School. Great basketball player there at Hernando County and here at PHSC. PHCC back then.
Got the action picking up here. Trinity driving in for an easy layup there. Makes the score 46-28, Dylan. Gonna have a game here.
Kemp with the ball.
Game slowed down a little
Back
bit.
over to Thomas, over to Grimshaw. Yeah, once you get into kind of the heart of the game, Bob, you start slowing down a little bit, figuring out your pace.
Yep. I think the quicker pace, as I talked to Mike Jones, he felt he was a very guard-heavy team, lots of ball movement. I don't think he wants to get into a slow it down, feed the big guys in the middle kind of game.
And that's big in basketball now, too. You want to have a faster pace.
Now, Dr. Beard, you brought Wendy. Is she a big basketball fan? Or?
Not really. She's an FSU grad, so long as FSU is doing well, she's
okay.
Of course, PHSC is a heart.
Yeah.
So we got under 2 minutes now left to play here, finishing out the first half. Obviously, we're also under 2 minutes as well from opening up the fitness center and the cardio center.
Yeah,
it's going to be an exciting halftime show.
We're gonna quickly, as the teams exit, we're gonna go out to midcourt. Nice block there. Boy, the fans really get into those block shots, don't they?
We got great fans here today. A few of the, I think I saw, believe it was a softball team or a cross-country team up there was chanting, making some chants up there. They're getting excited into this game.
Softball team can't be quiet during any game. You ever hear them during one of their games?
Yeah.
It's nonstop. It's almost like they train how to do that. Oh, Grimshaw got called on the foul there.
Also, Alex, remember the cross-country team, state champions.
State champions.
Congratulations to Jackie Waddell and her team.
Talked to Jackie right before the game. You know, she's really psyched about the Nationals because a lot of her runners that were not the marquee runners on the team actually won that state championship.
Wow.
So, you hope that your runners can peak at the right time. She feels like all of her runners are starting to peak.
Wow. It is a dynasty here at PHSC for sure, the cross-country team.
Yeah. Dr. Beard, what I like too, we got Natalie over there, an aspiring student photographer. Dylan's an aspiring sports broadcaster.
Oh.
We have lots of students involved, not just the athletes that are really getting great experience with their future professions here.
Wow.
Shot from Stewart, no good, and rebounded here by the Bobcats.
Yeah, Dylan, I remember you last year at the baseball game.
Baseball,
you did such an awesome job.
I appreciate that. And Dr. Beard, we love having you on the broadcast. It's always a pleasure.
Well, my only temptation is to make me want to suit up out there. That's hard to watch.
That's why we call you in here, so that you don't sneak out there during a halftime.
It's about competition. I love this kind of competition.
So we'll be making our way out there in about another minute to half court. Dr. Beard, if you stick with us, you can go out there with me, and then we'll get our other VIP guests out there with us, and we'll get Boomer and do a nice proper ceremony to recognize the two rooms that we're dedicating.
Sure. And
then I'm hoping after halftime, or maybe toward the tail end of halftime, we can get Dr. O'Farrell in and maybe talk a little bit about Trinity College. I think our fans would love to know about Trinity College.
I'll get him over here.
Yeah.
Second shot by Warren McLemont there is good. So 48-28 is now the score here with 1:01 left here to go. Again, as we had mentioned, the halftime ceremony with the new fitness center and cardio center.
I think it's so awesome, Dr. Beard, as a president, that you know Dylan, you know Natalie, you know our basketball guys.
Oh, yes.
Not a lot of presidents would be able to come into a gymnasium for an event like this and recognize almost all the students.
Well, they're the reason we're here, for their success, for sure.
And we're going to have Zach, our student board of trustee member, another pioneer thing that you did. I know there were a few others throughout the state, but that was another great thing we did, which was get a student on our board of trustees.
An awesome young man, to say the least. Zachary Clysley, he's an awesome young man.
Turnover by the Bobcats. Another turnover, though. So 2 turnovers. The Bobcats turn it over.
I think this will go back to the Bobcats possibly for one last shot. Got about 18 seconds on the game clock.
Yeah, so 18.1, and it looks like it will be actually Trinity College. This is going to be Richard Smith Jr. who will be passing it in. Deep pass beyond the arc. This is number 3, Harley Reed. No good. One more opportunity for the Bobcats. Bobcats, no shot clock at all, so they don't have to worry about making a shot at all in a certain amount of time. Pass over, and that is no good, and that will end the first half of action. 48-28 is your first half score. Bob Bate and Dr. Beard. Dr. Beard, thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for joining us, as we are now going to be opening up the new cardio center and fitness center here from Newport Richey, Florida. And this is going to be very exciting. We got the ribbon cutting as well going on over here, so we'll try and we'll get you all of it here on the broadcast. We'll take a quick break, though. We'll be back here in just a few moments.
Pasco-Hernando State College. Come on, give us ourselves a great hand for being here. To our illustrious students, certainly to our administrative team, our staff, our faculty, and more, even perhaps important, our great board of trustees. We have some trustee members here with us tonight. We have our chair of our board, giving you a doctorate degree already, Ms. America Kirsten Adams, our board chair. Come on, give her a hand. Also, Robin Schneider is here. We also have our student trustee, Mr. Zachary Clysley. Come on, give them all a hand tonight. Life is about competition. As you see these beautiful facilities here at Pasco-Hernando State College is second to none. We believe you deserve the best because you are the best students in the world to meet. I believe that given opportunity, our students can compete with anybody. Sports is a game of life. You don't always win. You don't always lose. But I always say what's most important is the fact that you're willing to compete. And I want to also recognize Trinity College and student body that is here tonight, your president, Dr. Mark O'Farrell. Thank you for being here with us, Dr. But on behalf of our district board of trustees, our administrative team, faculty, staff, and great students, Welcome to season opening here for the Bobcats. The sky's the limit. I always say shoot for the star, perhaps we hit the star. You in the right place at the right time. Thanks for coming down. Dr. Lisa Richardson. Are we gonna? I'm sorry, my boss, Marilyn Pearson Adams will come with some words of encouragement.
We are going to recognize Dr. Musonero and Dr. Beard. And because they understand that health, physical health, is so important to the mental health of our students and to even your academic health. And so tonight we are going to honor them because we are here to celebrate the Dr. Trinity Beard Fitness Center and the Dr. Raul Musonero Cardio Center. So we thank you all for being here, and I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Lisa Richardson, who is the Executive Director of our foundation. Thank you so much.
First, Dr. Beard, we would like to present to you in recognition of your generous support of the PHSC Foundation and your ongoing support and dedication to the college. To commemorate this day as the official day of the dedication of the Trinity Beard PhD Fitness Center. His continued support and commitment to heart health, as well as his service to Pasco-Hernando State College and the community we serve, we present this plaque to commemorate today and the dedication of the Raul Musonero MD Cardio Center. Trustee Pearson Adams, thank you so much for accepting this.
Zachary, this is the big moment. If we don't cut the ribbon, we're not officially open. So Zach, cut the ribbon. Hey, congratulations. Thank you so much to Dr. Musonero, to Dr. Beard. These are things that will forever change the lives of our PHSC students. Thank you to all of you for attending tonight's game, for supporting Pasco-Hernando State College. Enjoy the second half, and hopefully many more exciting things to come this year. Thank you, everyone. All right, fans, welcome back after our halftime ceremony. We have a very special VIP guest. Joining us in the booth, Dylan.
Yep.
So we're going to get him set up. Our headset. We're going to have Farrell from Trinity College and get his
We have with Pasco-Hernando State College is just wonderful, and the team, and got a good team this year, really good team, and we're just delighted to be here and have just the opportunity to enjoy this ambiance. Great.
You know, Dr. O'Farrell, I started my day with a Dr. O'Farrell at the IPAC Center.
Oh, did you?
And I'm ending my day with a Dr.
Oh,
O'Farrell.
my goodness.
So your son, Dr. O'Farrell, is
Yeah.
the provost at our Wesley Chapel campus. And what a treat I get to end my day with you, Dr. O'Farrell.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to, Dr. Beard's making it back in. I'm going to give
Yep,
Dr. Beard our headset. And
Okay.
maybe, Dr. O'Farrell, I thought maybe you could share for the fans as we finish halftime here a little bit about Trinity College for our
Sure.
listeners. We're on YouTube and Facebook tonight.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, the college began in 1932. It was by an individual who really had a desire for a Christian influence in education. His name was Watson, and began in 1932, moved forward, and probably one of the most famous graduates, at least back in those days in 1940, was the Billy Graham.
Wow.
And my connectivity with the Graham family has been over the years. We've had a number of connectivity. In fact, even before Billy passed away, he was communicating with us at the campus there and just
awesome.
wanting to encourage us and so forth. So we've been on 5 different campuses, marching forward. We're an undergraduate school. We have a number of disciplines. We do have elementary education, counseling, things like that. Our major is Bible and theology. That's where we.
Well, and we really appreciate our camaraderie and the relationship we've had with Trinity over the years. Obviously, you've done me a great favor. I don't know the best way to say this, but one of my better, one of the top administrators that I have is a product of.
Well, he thinks the world of you.
Of you.
Yeah, he thinks the world of you.
And that is Dr. Kevin O'Farrell, your beloved son.
Yeah.
Just a giant of a man. And
Right.
he represents you and your family quite well. We love him here at PHSC.
I wanted too for the college here, the school, to realize that when we finished our 3-story dormitory, we were really anxious to get that accomplished. We wanted Dr. Beard over there. This is the man that we wanted over here. We appreciated Tim and his leadership over the years and influence. Been a great encouragement to me, and certainly with Kevin. When Kevin was on this campus, then went over to Wesley Chapel.
Notice Kevin come back and negotiate. Does he say, hey, Dad, they're offering me this at Pasco-Hernando. What do you got?
I know. I just say, well, what can I say, man? He just enjoys it immensely, man.
Yes,
he just enjoys, and he really enjoys, being with people, encourage them, to influence them, to just kind of give them a second wind in their sails, if they're down in the dumps. And especially, you guys are going through COVID, 19. We were going through all that COVID stuff. And we're just glad we're marching through this thing, and we appreciate it, all the things he's
Isn't
done.
this awesome tonight, you guys?
It really is.
We're here, right? The game is one thing with the score, but
Sure.
more than the score, isn't it just an awesome setting? We're all together.
Oh.
We're seeing our young athletes do something they love. We're seeing moms and dads and family and friends enjoying what they're doing.
Right.
And it's just a neat night.
Oh, it's just wonderful.
I've always said anything that doesn't saddened by those of us who are still here by the sake of the good Lord. We ought to celebrate and enjoy as perhaps we move about this pandemic. And I think it gives us a great appreciation for life.
Oh, yeah.
Things we used to take for granted. We can no longer take it for granted.
Now, do you guys make bets like the morning of the game? Did you call each other saying, "Hey, look, I got a case of this"?
I knew. Well, the last time I was out here, in fact, Dr. Beard will know this. I said, now, is there any way that I can get this beautiful facility, this building here, over on a campus by us? Well, yeah, you can. Well, I said, man, if I could get some wheels on it or something and put it over there. But that being said, we just enjoy coming out here. The students like it. Our students, it gives them a sense of what we would like to see happen. We've got plans for something like this.
Sure.
But this is just great for you to have us here and to engage with the players. And this is good for our team. This is, kind of a starting new season. We've gone through a lot of different things with our enrollment, trying to get the right people in. And so this is going to be very good for us, and we appreciate it.
And we're a college for our community. We belong to every citizen, every resident here.
Yeah.
We try to exude that type of leadership, that we're not here for ourselves, we're here for others.
Oh, yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah, I think with Trinity, you all speak the same language, so I really appreciate.
Well, I went out to the center, the new center that you have there. Kevin gave me a tour of it.
Yes.
What a beautiful facility, and how that can be used, in this community to encourage. And it's wonderful. Just great.
Sure.
Well, thanks, Dr. O'Farrell. I appreciate you spending a few moments
yeah,
of your big day. I hope, will you come back and visit us when we play you again later this season?
Oh, I'm telling you, I like to come out here all the time if I can do it.
Well, you always welcome.
We're going to put you more on play-by-play next time.
Okay. All right. Well, listen.
Thanks, Dr. O'Farrell.
You always have a grand welcome here.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
God
you,
bless you. Take care.
Guys, you guys are great.
Oh, listen, I'm telling you.
Bob, we got the inside scoop. We got the inside scoop from Dr. Beer and Dr. O'Farrell, and look at they're hanging out with each other. I love it. That's what you like to see. The two presidents hanging out at the game. I like it.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, Dylan, and say that we were the only broadcast nationally, maybe internationally, that had the presidents from both competing institutions on air.
I agree. I could.
You find me another broadcast that had both presidents on. Well, by lunch.
Stewart, no good. 51-28. We'll catch you guys up here real quick here. 51-28 is your score. It's 18:50 here remaining in the second half of action. 5 timeouts remaining for PHSC, 4 for Trinity College. Shot is off from Stewart, and that is no good. I mean, just such a special night, Bob. We've had the opening of the fitness and the cardio center. We had obviously we're broadcasting the game. First time ever the game is broadcast. First time ever we're having a broadcast on both YouTube and Facebook on dual platforms. And it's testing. Tigers going down the court now. Double covered. Pass over to that's number 5 here for this Trinity College team, Fernando Ortiz. And shot is no good, and he'll be rebounded by the Bobcats. Earnshaw now on passing it over to number 5, DeMarvian Brown. Brown shot's no good. He's able to rebound it himself. Passes over to number 12. This is going to be Marcellus Thomas. Thomas, the shot is good, and Thomas has 2 points here in the second half of action. 53-30 here from Newport Richey, Florida.
Coach Jones said he was going to double team, a lot of trap plays. I think maybe we'll see that come out in the second half.
Ortiz passes it over. Passed over to number 32, Buckner. Buckner over to Ortiz. Shot is off. No, not in enough time. It's going to be a shot clock violation. I was kind of hard to tell because it was very close. That shot almost got off in time, but it wasn't going to make it nonetheless. So Bobcats were going to regain it no matter what.
You feel like the game has slowed down just a little bit since the early first half?
I think really it has, and I think part of it is I think you go into this game, you're excited, you're back playing basketball, regular season. These games matter now. So I think if you're PHSC and Trinity, you both came into this game excited. PHSC, though, obviously, they started out really hot, though, and they've been able to keep that lead, showing right now 53-30. Obviously, it was a little bigger of a lead here in the first half early on.
A lot of times you'll hear coaches, you got to survive that first 15 minutes of adrenaline.
Yep.
And then the game settles into what it probably should be.
First shot is off. That is good. So it's now 31 points here for this Trinity College team. Bob, it's been a busy day on them. This is actually a first two. We never did two different sports on the same day.
No, we've done a doubleheader in baseball, I think.
I don't think any broadcaster has ever done that, like pro broadcaster.
I think Joe Buck did a World Series game and then an NFL football. Well, probably did the NFL football game during the day and then a World Series game at night. So we're in Joe Buck category right now.
Somebody actually messaged us on the Facebook broadcast. I believe it was today in the baseball game. Don't be like Joe Buck. Be like, I forgot what it was, Tim McCarver. Tim McCarver, yep. DeMarvion Brown passes it into Grimshaw. So we got 16:45 left here in the first half, or second half, excuse me. And, off the rim. I think what was going to happen was, I believe, that Thomas was trying to pass it, but it hit off the rim. It wasn't really a shot off.
Might have been an alley-oop. There's a three-pointer for the Trinity Tigers.
So it is now under 20 points now.
Yeah, the Trinity Tigers really made up some ground with some three-pointers. I don't know what they're shooting on the day, but it's not a bad percent from three-point line.
And Bob, I think that's really going to be the big thing is if you're Trinity College, you come into this game, you started out kind of slow, you really didn't get your footing there, but now if you're Trinity College, even if you can't get back to winning this game, if you could at least make it a little bit close, you got to be happy a little bit at least with that.
Sure, that's something the coach can build on when he brings the team to the locker room. Like I said, teams maybe start off a little anxious, they don't get their footing, but you can tell them, hey, from this quarter on, we played toe-to-toe.
Nunnery almost lost the ball there. Stewart now with the ball, trying to get around number 14. That is McLement, and that's no good. Pass and Kemp, that's off the hands. I believe that was off the hands of number 0, Nunnery. So it will stay PHSC ball.
I'll tell you, Trinity Tigers made some adjustments. I think they realize the Bobcats are a quick team, and you just can't not have crisp plays on your passing game, especially, and not expect a lot of turnovers. Everything has to be with authority, and it has to be crisp.
So shot was no good, but it was a foul. So heading the line for 2 is going to be number 14, Warren McLemont. McLemont up to the line for another appearance from the free throw line. He's been up to the line here a few times this evening. Shot is off. That is good, and it's now going to be 55-35.
So if you're the Bobcats, Dylan, do you try to slow the game down a little bit, figuring it's going to be really hard for the Trinity Tigers to get back into it if you take most of your shot clock, or is that too early?
I think it's too early. I think you still have 15 minutes. But I think really the shot clock won't come into play until later in the game. Once he's getting later into the game, it's about the shot clock comes in. You're going to see the shot clock using the beyond the baseline here. So we're going to have a pass in here. I think the foul was. It was just like out for it to count an opportunity. But that counted, so it's now 57-35. Pass from number 5, that is Fernando Ortiz. Ortiz with the ball right now for Trinity College. They're down by 22. Bobcats, it's been all Bobcats tonight. Great job by Grimshaw. He was easily able to steal that. Nice job and a great play.
Nice
that
finish.
is number 12, Marcellus Thomas. A great finish, as you mentioned, Bob, and a really good job there by the Bobcats.
Thomas had a couple of those tonight.
And another turnover. And
Thomas
again, Thomas.
Dunk it.
Oh, baby, Air Thomas. Marcellus Thomas putting it in. And the Bobcats are putting an exclamation point in this game early.
Thomas wanted that one.
That was almost like a dagger, if you will, just kind of putting a dagger in.
Well, you know, when you're a team that is up by points, there are teams that know how to finish games off and teams that, let's face it, they let the other team get back into it.
Yep.
And then you're struggling a little bit at the end of the game. So I think the Bobcats right here have to decide, do you have the ability to finish a game off like this?
Yeah, this is such a big stage here, really even for Trinity College. At this point in the game, they have to get back into this game. I mean, at this point, you have to start getting back into this game in order to win. So Bobcats and Trinity College, the first meeting of the season between these two squads. Again, last season, these two squads split their season series last year. Ended up losing in the first game on January 26, 91-84. They won on February 15th by a score of 64-74, or excuse me, 47. And that was PHSC taking the second game of this two-game set that they had last season. Shot is off the top of the backboard. Stewart in a very aggressive steal there, but it didn't end up going into the Bobcats' favor. But a rebound, however, will give the Bobcats the ball back. They have possession now, driving down the court. Number 14, that is going to be McClement, and another great dunk. The Bobcats showing off their dunking abilities here in this game, and it is now 63-35 with 14 to play.
I'll tell you, Warren McClement looks like he's just feeling everything tonight.
Trinity just trying to get something going. They have had nothing gone in their favor. And that's going to be a foul on Jaquise Kemp. So an and one, I believe is what they're calling it.
Dylan, we split this series with Trinity College last year, correct?
Yep, split the series. 91-84 was the score in the first game, and 62-47 was the score in the second game, going in the Bobcats' favor.
We'll have to see. Now, some of the rosters, Dylan, are players are listed as either sophomore or freshman, obviously, but because of COVID and the NJCAA giving extra eligibility years, a lot of times hard to figure out, are these true freshmen, are they second-year sophomores?
And that was one thing actually earlier I wanted to ask Lyndon earlier, was about the recruiting. How has the recruiting changed, and really at all level, and really in all sports in the college level, recruiting has really changed ever since COVID, and it's really put a different approach to when it comes to recruiting on who you're going to go after because of the guys staying back.
That was a really nice move there. Bobcats picking up 2 more points. That was Thomas' third move. And he's
Bob's is going to take some history since the first ever Bobcats announced that book, and that's going to be a steal there by Trinity College.
could be a trivia question in the future.
Yep, shot is off. That's
Nice.
good. Three-pointer.
You know, they may go back, Dylan, and say we liked it better without anybody talking.
So three-point shot there. That was by Harley Reed, the guard for this Trinity College Tigers team. Again, you mentioned, Dr. O'Farrell mentioned this Trinity College team, a Christian college, out of the NCCAA, which again is on the same level as the NJCAA, as I mentioned. It is an out-of-conference game, though. Really out of league game, I guess you could say, with it being two different bodies, the NJCAA and the NCCAA.
And with Pasco-Hernando, the goal is to win the Region 8, which is basically Florida. And it's Florida Gateway right now, although there's several other state college teams wanting to make the transition. I don't think they made the deadline for this coming year. So Pasco-Hernando will try to outplay Florida Gateway and make it into postseason play this year.
And also ASA Miami as well is another team as well in the, I believe, the conference.
We weren't sure about ASA Miami, but they could be in there this year. We'll see.
We at least know Florida Gateway is at least one of them.
For sure.
Pass and dished out over to number 23 for this Trinity College roster. Now, that's one thing that I didn't mention to the fans is that some of the numbers on here, there are guys who are sharing numbers, like 34 and 34. So if we don't get the names right, or if we don't get the player or don't have a name for the player, we do apologize on our end. That's just, we just got a roster sheet, and that's what we kind of are trying to work off of here in tonight's game.
Yeah, and eventually as we grow, basketball's new to us, but maybe we can get more on the social media, see what the people are replying on social media, interact with them. That's how we started baseball. We seem to have evolved a little bit, but we really love it, Dylan, when we get both teams tuning into games, and we know that we're providing some kind of good entertainment for them to watch and follow their favorite players. And let's face it, we got two great institutions. We heard Dr. O'Farrell talk about Trinity College, Dr. Beard obviously talking about Pasco-Hernando State College. But really nice to just broadcast the game and talk about two great institutions.
And shot is no good by Kemp. It will be 65-41 as your score right now. Shot is in. That's good. That's number 12, Tony Reese, that made that. That's number 10. That's going to be a possession.
Did most of the scorekeeping, right, Ray?
And when I'm not working, I still am.
And you're, I saw you're traveling with the team plans. So, Ray, this is a monumental moment. We're on Facebook right now and YouTube.
And I was able to connect in my car on my way home from Spring Hill and listen to you in the car. I listened to the whole thing.
How did we sound?
Great.
Really?
Yeah.
So, Ray, you have put an unbelievable amount of time and service and helped so many students here at Pasco-Hernando. You were in charge of our library system and did incredible amount of work, because I've been here the whole time that you did that. And you know what I thought was really impressive, Ray? You said it's not just about my X's and O's that are on my job description. You know, I take my role as something above that. And you chose basketball to say, I want to donate extra time on top of what my everyday job is. And I just thought it was an awesome example for others to say, hey, I want to be a part of something bigger than what that 1 through 10 job description says.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's about connecting with people in the end. I mean, we're connecting with students and faculty. It's about connecting with people. People helped me along the way. It's my turn.
Yeah, and I can't tell you, Ray, how exciting it is to know you're still connected. I know our players, you have little conversations here and there, and just the help they get from people like yourself that have, you know, been through life and been very knowledgeable about how things work is a gold mine for us.
Shot from Grimshaw is no good, but the putback is good for the Bobcats.
And Ray, I don't know if you know, but Dylan is an aspiring, he's a student at Pasco-Hernando. He's an aspiring broadcaster.
Excellent.
So that's going to be his profession, and what a great opportunity here.
Absolutely. This is a big night with the ceremonies, but also with this. This is a first. We haven't done this before.
So you think we'll be asked to be back?
Oh yeah, I mean, I kid you not. I mean, all aspects of this production are very impressive. So it's being closed captioned. It's easy to hear. I mean, last year we saw the cameras work and it really looked good, and it still does. But now with the color commentating, I mean, y'all have been great. I mean, back and forth. I mean, that's been fun listening.
Now think about it. We made some monumental steps today as well. We have instant replay today. We have Hunter Booth Cam. We're still trying to figure out a name for instant replay, but we have Hunter Booth Cam, and we also we had Lyndon in the booth today. We had a lot of stuff that we did today, Bob.
Yep. We have booth cam. So in the baseball booth, we have the booth cam. So we can actually, Dylan, we could do that with us.
We could do it here. We would have to set up a camera.
So during timeouts, we could actually focus on our table here so that people know who we are as we're talking. So we have some upgrades we can do, Ray, for the next couple of broadcasts.
Well, it's always a work in progress. You're always finding somewhat better way to do something. So.
Well, our viewers expect more and more every day, Ray.
Sure.
I mean, I've seen what's out there, this technology world. I mean, if we're not doing some spectacular things, they're going to find other broadcasts to tune into.
That's true.
So we got to step our games up every time. Yeah. How did the President Beard and President O'Farrell sound on the?
Perfect.
You got a chance to hear them?
Yeah, like I said, I was driving in from Spring Hill. I started watching it at the end of my shift, and then I was listening to it in the car on the way over. It sounded great. So.
Of course, we have a real diverse student body here, Ray, as you know. So we have a lot of single moms. We have a lot of working parents, very challenging schedules. So it's nice to be able to webcast it.
Yes.
This is being recorded, so if anybody wanted to go back and watch it the next day. Now, Ray, I got to tell you, I'm always amazed when you tune in the next day and you're like, wow, this thing got watched like 2,000 times.
Yes.
But I think it's the guys that tried to dunk, and they're watching it 2,000 times, and that's where we're getting all those views from.
We have quite a collection of the videos from past games, too, now on YouTube. So, I mean, you can go back through 3 or 4 years and watch previous games. Now, of course, we don't have the color commentating in those, but you can watch them.
Well, I've enjoyed this game. Of course, Dylan carries our game on the play-by-play. He's an aspiring broadcaster, does an awesome job. I'm just trying to stay close to him so when he gets rich and famous, maybe he'll let me in the booth in some of the NBA games and Major League Baseball games.
Now, Bob, this isn't my first time doing basketball either.
No, I know.
I've done it with the Tampa Bay Titans before as well.
Okay,
so
okay.
I do have my basketball experience.
I expect to hear him on ESPN at some point.
We met Dick Vitale when I took Dylan to a baseball game. We met Dick Vitale.
Wow, that's something.
Yeah.
Bobcats 70-48.
So you've covered this team for a couple of years, Ray. It seems like we have a very guard-heavy team. Quick movement, lots of ball movement.
They're very, very good under the board, too.
Yeah.
Very fast. I heard you mention that earlier. They're very fast.
Not a lot of passing lanes. I mean, they're getting their hands up in these passing lanes.
Yes.
And I don't know
very
how
good defense.
Yeah. I don't know how a ball can get through there. I think they had about 15 steals in the first half of the game.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yep. You'll have to go back and check my math. I have a tendency to over-exaggerate, but I'm sure we'll have the official book.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this season. That last year, of course, ended up setting out because they didn't have the vaccine yet.
Right.
And with COVID, it wasn't coming out very much. So I'm all vaccinated up and ready to go.
Yep, I'm going to get my booster. I'm also going to get us all Bobcat Broadcasting Network shirts.
Oh, nice.
So we got to make sure we get you one of those. So when you come in the booth, you'll fit right in with us.
9:11 left to play here in this game. A little over, actually, 9 minutes here left to play.
We have
Bobcats
a lot of photographers here.
We do. Yes. We have a lot of media here today. We have our own PHSC, obviously, photographer over here to our left, and then we have some freelance photographers for maybe some newspapers, maybe, or for some websites.
I do want a promo on Sunday at the college, at the Newport Richey campus. We are dedicating the Dr. Rao Musuniru fitness trail.
Yep.
Oh,
And we are going to have a ribbon cutting and the Run with the Bobcats 5K. And then later that day, they will have the Bobcat Baseball fundraiser for golf.
oh, wow. That's right. We're going to have a golf team, aren't we?
Yep, 18
That's
holes
great.
over at Crescent Oaks. So Sunday's going to be a big day. Going to get a chance to see a lot of people that support our programs.
There's several new sports being introduced at this college, isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah, we have men's cross country. We officially signed off on the other day. We are going to hold off on men's soccer because we want to increase our women's soccer roster. We need another 15 freshmen, and we'll hold off on men's soccer until we get that fully stocked on the roster side.
Grimshaw with the ball right now, passes it over to Thomas. Thomas back over to Grimshaw. Shot is off by Kemp, no good. 72-50 is your score here with 8 minutes left to play. And that ball's out of bounds.
See some subs coming in now for the Bobcats.
Yeah, we scrimmaged last Friday with Eckerd College, and which is a different division than we are.
Yep.
And they actually did pretty well, and we, didn't win it, but they stood toe-to-toe with those guys. So.
I'll say they're in the, I believe, the NCAA, right? The NCAA
Exactly.
Division II, yeah. So.
Exactly.
And that's a very tough conference, too.
Yeah.
Very tough academic school. Only the best academically gifted people get into that college.
Yeah. That's right. You played baseball for them, didn't you?
I did play baseball for Eckerd College. So you got to be gifted academically and athletically to get into Eckerd College.
And then obviously University of
Both
Tampa.
at the same time?
You know what? That's a great question. I was very good athletically my first 2 years. Realized I would never be a professional baseball player, but then became very good academically my third and fourth year. But very hard to do both at the same time.
And what a play there by Jaquez Kemp. Nice block there for the Bobcats, and it's going to be a turnover for Trinity College. And that's really been the big thing, Bob. You mentioned defense. It's really looked good so far here for the Bobcats. They made some good defensive plays here throughout this game.
You know what's great though, Ray? How all of the schools kind of know we're a part of a network. If we all succeed, we all do better.
Yes.
Oh!
Got a foul on that attempted dunk there. So you heard Dr. O'Farrell, Dr. Beard. I think they recognize when we both do well, we feed off of each other.
Yes.
And we both root for each other to do well.
We've always had a lot of fun playing Trinity College here. We play them several times a year actually. I think a couple of our players have gone and played for them in the past too.
I actually had a student government president years ago. He didn't play basketball at Trinity, but he got his theology degree from Trinity, but he wanted to get an education degree, so he came to Pasco-Hernando, and I worked with him, got him involved with student government, and he eventually graduated, went on to UCF, and had the best of both worlds. He had his theology degree and his education degree.
Oh.
Since you cover the team, I imagine you see a lot of these guys go on to do different colleges. It must be neat, just to see these guys go on to bigger programs and even D1 programs as well, and go play at even the highest level in college basketball.
We've had several do that. In fact, one of the assistants at Eckerd College that we visited was a former player of ours that from about 2015. So yeah, that's true. They do go on.
Now there's a Tom Bryan at Eckerd College. He's their athletic director. I don't think he still coaches basketball, but he was a basketball player when I was there as a baseball player. Yeah.
Okay.
Shot is off, no good, over the rim. 74-52 is your score here from Newport Richey. And that shot's good. Oh, collision there in the middle of the court between Tony Reese and Jaquise Kemp.
Tell you, game's not over. It's a 20-point lead, and it's the Trinity Tiger ball right here.
And a quick run could easily change the dynamic of this game.
They've got shooters. They've been hitting three-pointers.
I think the big thing, Bob, is really for Trinity, if they want any shot to come back into this game, is really the ball, I guess you would say, movement. Really, you know, being more crisp in their movement and not giving up the ball too easily.
Yes.
Trinity has to be careful. When they want to move the ball inside, our Bobcats are a little fast in those passing lanes, and they're picking those balls off. They almost need to kind of rely on kicking that ball to the outside and taking those three-pointers.
It will stay Tigers' ball here after the ball went out of bounds, so Tigers will keep possession. Again, a great crowd here tonight, Bob, for the first game of the season. A big day, you know, a historic night here at the campus, and you know, one you could rewatch here on the broadcast. Actually,
Yes.
But that's the nice thing about the broadcast is you get to rewatch it. Pass to Stewart. Stewart off the rim, no good.
We'll have to get Coach Jones to give us a breakdown of our commentary and some things to work on, things he liked, scouting report.
I've seen a couple of programs that he's done on Facebook, you know, recently where he's interviewed. You know, get a lot of really good information about the team.
I have seen that. That Kevin Curtis is doing. I
Yes,
believe
yes.
Fast Break.
Yes, yes.
We'd like to, the other system we use, we're able to import video very easily during a timeout, but we're not familiar too much with this system. So if we can get comfortable with it, we can experiment with that.
Shot off and no good by Demarion
rebound.
Scott.
There we go.
Under 6 to play here in Newport Richey, Florida. Bobcats trying to hold on to their lead here, up by 22.
This is normally a very close game with Trinity.
I think Warren McClaymont would be my, do you have him as your front runner MVP right now?
I would say so, that or Seth Grimshaw. Grimshaw has looked good today as well.
Yep. I'll tell you, Seth Grimshaw, he did a video for our online orientation that we're implementing. These guys are very good on video.
And you mentioned close finishes with Trinity College. Last year, these two teams ended up finishing a game on January 26th, 91-84. So a very close finish last year between these two squads. Now, the game that PHSC ended up winning, it was kind of like this score. 62-47 was the score last season. So
Wow.
a little bit kind of how this score is, a little bit of a bigger lead here for PHSC.
It's been a long time since I've seen this big of a lead, really.
Yeah. Well, really starting out strong was huge.
Yes,
Having
that's
that
good.
almost 30-point lead was really crucial to where the Bobcats are at and definitely helping out where they're at now.
I've gotten to watch them now through the Tallahassee tournament and a couple of other games. We went down to play State College in a scrimmage a couple weeks back, and there's some really good athletes on this team.
Yep.
Very, very good athletes.
And I'll be honest, that's what I love about watching D1 college basketball right around this time of year, because you get to see these different kind of our level colleges or NAIA or Division II, and you get to literally learn about those colleges in the broadcast. And I actually prefer watching those teams than I do the regular teams.
The nice thing is the students who are on these teams, I mean, they have a lot of heart, and there's a passion for the game that they bring to it. So.
I'd love to be able to give more background on the players, like as far as freshman, sophomore. But with all the changes for COVID and the NJCAA, and I'm sure the Christian Association granting extra eligibility years, I'm really not sure who's a true freshman or a true sophomore.
Yep.
I'm sure Coach Jones knows.
Well, he better know, because we got to follow all of our rules. And
yes, correct.
They've opened a lot of windows, but you got to keep track of it still.
Then they
Trinity
had
able
a
to-
showcase on Saturday, so who knows? There may be some future stars that were
Yeah.
here on
Yep,
Saturday.
yep.
So.
We were at the Wesley Chapel Rad Center, and they had pretty much an open tryout for any unsigned players
Wow.
over there. So
4:54 left to play here in this game here from Newport Richey.
where do we have the Bobcats next, Dylan? Do we have an upcoming game for
I
them?
believe I could check real quick. Let me take a look at that.
I know we
Bob.
play Oxford on Saturday. Oxford College up in Atlanta, up in Covington, actually.
Be a bit of a long road trip for some of our fans up there.
St. Petersburg
You're
College.
going on that though, right?
Mhm.
I saw your name
Yes.
in the travel packet.
Yeah, St. Petersburg College on November 4th, and that's here too. So
So that's before the Oxford trip?
correct.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
believe they're a D1 in the NJCAA, I believe, in Region 8.
Yeah,
To,
so
St.
St. Petersburg
Pete.
College usually is very competitive. They
Yeah.
they usually are a very tough challenge for us. So.
You know what I like though, Ray? I like our team playing these tougher Division I teams early in the year because I just think teams elevate their play if they play
sure.
tough teams. And then when you get into your division play or your playoff play later on, you're not playing tough Division I.
Right.
You're playing good Division II,
Right.
but it's a little bit slower, a little
Yes.
bit less intense athletically, and I think our players are better for that.
Right. You're right, absolutely right.
Yeah, just taking a look at this. I was just looking at the schedule, Bob, and some pretty interesting matchups to look at. The Florida College JV, I'm very familiar with that.
Yep.
They've played the main team at least has played USF in the past before, so I'm familiar with them. And also Florida Southwestern State College. They host their Fort Myers tip-off over in Fort Myers, where their arena is.
Then Monday we go over to Kissimmee to play Johnson University. So.
Yeah, some of these four-year programs will keep enough players on the roster as like a developmental roster, but basically it's the equivalent of a first freshman and sophomore level roster, which is what we have at Pasco-Hernando.
I'm old enough to remember when most universities had JV teams.
Yeah,
Even University of Florida.
yeah. At Eckert, we had JV, basement, and varsity in baseball.
Shot is off with 4 minutes left to play now here in this ball game. It's 82-59. It out to Race. It's now a 21-point lead for the Bobcats here. I'll tell you what, the Bobcats, 82 points. That's a really good start to the
Yes,
season.
it is. It is.
Good to get a lot of guys in the stat sheet with a lot of cricket numbers that look good, get your confidence going. Coach Jones pretty calm over there.
First shot is good by Grimshaw. Now, before the broadcast ends, Bob, we got to figure out our MVP of the game, I guess, if you will.
Yep. We got to get a name for that, too.
Under 4 minutes left to play here in Newport Richey in the second half of action.
We have PDQ down in Trinity wanting to do a PDQ play of the game
Oh, really?
for baseball. So we're gonna have to like get all this stuff kind of organized, make sure we're fair, and a lot of our local restaurants would love to throw out a couple of small gift cards and
Oh, that'd be
we
great.
do a play of the game.
Pass over. Shot is no good. Shot off of Scott there. And that shot's good. It is now a 18-point lead now, and the Tigers now under 20 points in their deficit here for this game between the Bobcats and the Tigers.
This lead's been close, Dylan, I think since early in the first quarter, maybe 12 minutes in.
I'll give the Tigers credit. They've been able to battle their way back, but I think the Bobcats
Nice three-point there.
I think the Bobcats have just been able to keep it where it's been at, and also starting out really strong as well, putting up a really massive lead early on in this game. I think really almost kind of not really sealed the deal, but kind of showed how this game would progress throughout the remainder of the game.
Sometimes you take your other team out of their game plan if you score that many points early. Jaquise Kemp, though, with a big three-pointer on that last series.
5 currently in the game here for the Bobcats. We see Jaquise Kemp in the game. That's number 12, Marcellus Thomas.
Yeah, he seems to have a pretty good range
nice
on
job
that
there by
three-point shot.
Yeah.
Nice job there by Warren Lamont there on the steal, but looks like
Warren's been all over the court tonight.
Warren has really had a good game.
He's, unless something dramatic happens in the last 2 minutes, he's my vote for player of the game.
I can see that.
Can we have a co-player of the game?
I think we've got 3 of us here, so I think if the 3 of us give who we think should be player of the game, we shouldn't need a tie.
Okay.
Ray, it's been awesome having you in the booth. You're very knowledgeable about the team and basketball. You have to join us for these.
Well,
nice play.
Most of the time if we have a home game, I'm sitting over there where Nick is keeping the books.
So are we trusting him to keep the books the correct way?
Oh, yeah. Nick knows probably as much, if not more, than I do.
So if Nick's on the books, you'll be okay to come over here and join us.
Yeah, I mean, as needed.
But if Nick's not there, then you got to be over there.
I got to be over there.
I got it.
Shot is off.
I really enjoy keeping the book. I try to explain to people it's like a Zen moment. No one can bother me. It's just me in a basketball game.
Hey, if they ever ask you to have me take the book, you never, ever do that, because I get distracted, start talking to people, and we won't know what's happening in the game.
It's hard work.
I know.
I mean, the game moves fast, and you have to be all eyes. You have to pay attention to everything.
Yep.
2-minute warning here to under now 2 minutes to play here in this game, as the Bobcats looking like they're going to most likely get their first W of the season. And really, as the clock keeps winding down, it's looking even more promising. I don't think there will be a 21-point run.
No, I think both teams, though, after this game, they're going to recognize a lot of missed opportunities for some easy buckets. I don't know the amount of shots. That's a real errant shot there in the Bobcats. But there seem to be a lot of balls down in the paint that were really uncontested that were just missed.
There were a few shots for Trinity really early in the.
That's his specialty, is blocking the shot.
That was the definition of contested.
That was
that's
beautiful.
not what I'm talking about. That one was blocked.
Yeah.
Well, early on in the game, Trinity was just missing really easy shots, like wide open shots, and really, I mean, it ended up costing them in the long haul. Obviously, the score shows where it's at. I mean, they were able to battle back, but so some of those missed shots early on just really came back to bite them.
They'll count that and shoot one.
Yeah, I've seen Jaquise Kemp make that kind of block multiple times now since the Jamboree in Tallahassee.
Yep.
So some substitutions.
Ray, part of a special broadcast where I believe it's the first time we've ever broadcasted on our social media channels.
Yep.
And we're on both of them, Facebook and YouTube. So first time we've had commentary on the broadcast.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Shot is good.
So one of the trivia questions like 20 years from now could be, who was in the booth the first broadcast for PHSC Bobcat basketball? And
You've had quite a lineup.
Your name's going to be in there.
Turnover for the Tigers here. The Bobcats now have possession. 90 points the Bobcats have been able to put up, and it is a 24-point lead, and Bobcats are going to definitely get their first victory of the season, and what a way to start out the season. Great job for the Bobcats. Started out strong early and never looked back.
Well, I knew this team was capable of this.
Yeah, a few things Coach Jones, I think, has for motivation next couple of practices, but not a lot. Not going to be a total rehaul of practice.
That shot's good.
Oh.
Just a few little cleanup things, and I think they'll be ready to go.
So the Bobcats going to let the time wind down, and the Bobcats get game number 1 of the 2021-22 season here from Newport Richie. And we'll hear that buzzer, and that does it. Bobcats win the first game of the season. 90-68 is your final score. A great performance by the Bobcats offensively and defensively. and really all around, just great job for the Bobcats to start out the season, and really something you could play off of early on in the year.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, I have thoroughly enjoyed my first ever basketball broadcast. I hope both of you will
Wait,
join me in the booth
MVP.
again.
We got elected MVP.
Oh, well, you know who my MVP is. Who are you guys?
Well, I'm going to go with McLemmon too. I'm going to go with him.
I can see that.
All right, so we have unanimous. It's number 14,
He
Warren
looked good.
McClomont.
He looked good.
So he's our player of the day. So we'll give Warren a pat on the back. I don't know if we can give him much more than that because
Can we
he's
get him on the
under-
broadcast?
No, well, he's under the NJCAA. If Coach will let us grab him, maybe we can talk to him.
Yeah, maybe.
Ask Coach Jones. Warren, Coach, can we get Warren?
So we're going to get Warren here on the broadcast. And
Thanks, Ray. Yeah.
we just want to get a couple words. Warren joining us on the broadcast. Warren,
Hey,
thanks for
Warren.
jumping on the broadcast with us today, and congratulations on the first one of the season. And really an impressive performance for you guys today. Really started out strong, and you guys never looked back. Just a great job today, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the main goal today was just to work as a team. We talked about it in the locker room. As long as we work as a team, everybody get touches, we're going to have a blowout today.
Hey, Warren, I'm always worried, like, when the first game tip-off happens, you don't know what you're going to get, right? Some guys are going to get anxious, new season, got to show myself. You guys seem to come out really relaxed, not forcing anything. It seemed like you let the game come to you, took advantage of all the opportunities. Was that part of the talk before the game?
Yeah, the main talk is, what we talked about in the locker room was just work as a team. If we work as a team, we're going to get the win. Playing against good teams or, like, you know, teams that's, like, not as good, we still work as a team, and we're going to have a blowout every game.
Sorry, Bob. Talk about this 90-68 victory. You know, I mean, how do you use this victory and kind of play off of it early on in the season? You know, winning a game like this in a fashion like this, you could use that a lot heading in early on in the season. How do you use this game heading in as you play your next couple of games here upcoming?
Well, every time you play your first game and you get a win, your main goal as a team is to go undefeated.
Yep.
So that we got this win, that's going to bring us, like, up and just keep winning, go undefeated for the whole season.
For sure.
I thought your goal was to shut Trinity out. It was like 18-0 after like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that wasn't the goal. We just play good defense, and it just happened. That's what happened. We play good defense as a team.
Hey, let me ask you a question about good defense. I was watching halfway through the first half. I don't know how they completed any passes. It seemed like every passing lane that opened, I saw 5 or 6 Bobcat claws coming in that lane, and there was no way a ball was getting through there.
Yeah, since August, coach working on help defense and keep your hands up. Help defense, keep your hands up, and it just worked in the game.
So coach's techniques are working at least here early in the game.
Yeah, it's working.
Well,
All
Warren,
right.
we appreciate it, and congratulations on the win. And
Well, you're the player of the game,
You're the player
Warren,
of the
but
game.
you know, we can't give you anything because I think we violate like 5,000 NJCAA rules.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is say you're the player of the game. And I don't know, maybe I'll brag about you in my Sunday newsletter. I'll do something, Warren, so we make sure we recognize you.
All right, thank you.
congratulations.
Hey, thanks for being a big part of our program, Warren. And you trusted us to come here to play Pasco-Hernando State College basketball. And obviously, you seem to be succeeding in the program and as a student, so we appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Warren.
Thanks, Warren. Appreciate it.
Let's
All
go
right,
to
thank
more
you.
wins.
Yeah, of course.
Say hi to the group in the locker room. Yep.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And
Thanks, Warren.
Thanks, Warren. Appreciate it. Awesome, Bob. And 90-68. Again, your final score here from Newport Richie.
We had all kinds of celebrities here, Dylan. We were on YouTube and
Nice to meet you.
Facebook, and we had 2 of our superstar employees here today. I know Ed Kincaid thinks he can still play, and then Shauna shows up to make sure he doesn't get out there. But hey, these two are big supporters of our athletic programs. I saw Ed out at the baseball field earlier today, and then big supporters of our basketball program. So, yeah. Next game, we may have 8x10s and have them signing autographs over here on a different table.
At the end of the table. I like it. Well, Well,
All right,
Bob,
guys,
I
well,
think
we're gonna
let's
sign
sign
off.
off. Yeah, Bob, appreciate you. This was just such a special night. We
Yep.
had Warren on the broadcast. We had the Dr. Beard, Dr. O'Farrell joined us. We had the opening of the Fitness and Cardio Center. Just such a special night, and I couldn't ask for a better night, and it was great to be with you, Bob, as always. Again, a big victory today, 90-68 in the first game of the season.
Before
for the
we end,
Bobcats.
special shout out to James and Tyler, set us up with all the audio
For sure.
equipment. From the feedback I got, they said we sounded awesome.
Awesome.
But that's all James and Tyler. So
Yeah, for sure.
let's make sure we give a big shout out to them, and
They've been
hopefully
working
they'll hook us
endlessly.
up again so we can have future broadcasts.
We loved it, Bob. Great to be on the broadcast, and we appreciate everyone joining us here from PHSC Basketball Arena. We will see you guys in our next broadcast, hopefully down the road here from Newport Richey.